This won't necessarily be considered a hometown scandal. End of email. In the sense that it didn't make the hometown news or the paper, lol, but this happened on my block, and it involves
Love
the
that.
adults/parents in my childhood neighborhood, prisoners and prison in general, so it was pretty scandalous if you ask me. Like, when I remember this story and tell my friends now, we are shook. Okay. I grew up in a very small town, and a pretty big prison happens to be out there. I grew up on a cul-de-sac, same girl. So all the neighborhood kids played together, rode our bikes, played basketball, all that kind of stuff. So of course, our parents became friends. Well, friends enough to drink beers and get hammered together and throw barbecues every once in a while. My immediate next door neighbor was a single mom, let's call her Sarah, with a daughter around my age, so our families became extremely close, which is how I know all about this scandal, since it happened when I was like 13 and would have been none the wiser. At some point, a new family moved into a house down the block, another single mom with 2 daughters. The daughters were teenagers, a few years older than the kids in my family, and went to different schools than us, so we weren't as close with them, but of course we still hung out with them. Their mom, let's call her Mary, was a single mom too, and apparently had made a great living with a job as a correctional officer at a kind of infamous prison.
Ooh.
Okay, Mary. Big Titty Mary. This really inspired my neighbor Sarah to get into that field and make a better living for her and her daughter. So she started going through the motions to become a correctional officer, aka prison guard. I was a kid, so I'm sort of fuzzy on the details of the timeline, but at some point it was just neighborhood gossip, but then became reality that the neighbor down the street, Mary, was dating a man from the prison. Like, he was currently incarcerated and she met him at work. I guess aka the prison. And he was to get out soon. Her daughters were obviously annoyed by this, which is how I kind of knew about it as a kid. They didn't want a man from prison coming to be with their mom.
Yeah.
LOL. Okay, judgmental. Well, that man did get out of prison and was around for a while.
Wow.
Not sure what happened to him and at what point in time this happened, but I think he went back to prison. But at some point, he was having an affair with my next door neighbor, Sarah.
Shut the fuck up.
Damn!
Damn. So this prisoner is fucking Mary and Sarah.
Yeah.
Mary got Sarah the damn job.
Mary let him out and Sarah let him in. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Damn. All right. Messy. All right. First of all, how did this felon get 2 hot, hardworking, independent moms? Because women love bad boys.
Because he was slanging.
This isn't rocket science.
Slanging.
Yeah, he has that prison dick. Okay. They were both correctional officers and also neighbors. I have no idea. Girl, we just solved the case. Okay. All I know is it got a little bit more scandalous. Oh. At some point, for whatever reason, maybe jealousy, or maybe to save herself, my neighbor Sarah went to the warden and snitched on the other neighbor Mary for banging this prisoner.
Wait, but that's fucked up because Sarah is the one.
Sarah has no chill. Bitch, you're the other woman.
You're the other woman. Yeah, you're the mistress. Yeah, so Mary's
Sarah,
#1.
Sarah, if you're going to be a hoe, at least be like a good one. Okay.
Yeah, damn, Sarah, you suck.
Yeah, Sarah, your pussy's fucking mean. Okay. My neighbor Sarah went and snitched on the other neighbor Mary for banging this prisoner.
Nasty pussy.
Sarah is a fucking haunted cunt, and that's on Lock Her Up. And that's on Where the Emails. Okay, apparently they were banging while he was still locked up at prison, as well as smuggling in weed for him and his fellow prisoners. This was a big deal, and Mary lost her job and her pension. I hope Sarah gets like bed bugs and crabs because this
Mary, wow.
Yeah, how are you gonna do Mary like that?
How you go? She got you the damn job, sis.
She was sneaking him in weed. Like, God. Okay. Like I said, I can't fully remember the details, but the affair alone is scandalous enough for me. Oh, yeah. And like years later, when I was probably in my late 20s, my dad just casually told me that when all this was going down, he got threatening letters in the mail from the prisoner. I guess the convict suspected that since my mom was close with our neighbor Sarah, she took her side in the affair drama and was the one to snitch. The letter said, "I've got 4 bullets for the babies. There's 4 kids in my family." Oh! What the fuck, Dad? Thanks for that info. Glad we didn't get murdered, I guess. In the end, Sarah ended up losing her job and her pension too because she tested positive for weed. LOL. I guess they do random drug tests for employees of the prison. So all is fair in love and war.
True.
Okay, thank you for writing in. I really liked that. Yeah, what's the moral, hun?
Don't smoke weed.
The moral of the story is don't
smoke weed.
The moral of the story is if you're going to be the other woman,
You can't be the
Just
snitch.
you're already a nasty bitch. So just settle in that. You don't need to start causing a ruckus by
Right. How did like the neighborhood do after that? Like, did they fight?
Oh my god, yeah, and
Did
like
somebody move?
oh my god, so awkward. Well, they're both fucking jobless, so
Yeah. Oh my god.
oh my heavens, yeah.
That was juicy tea.
That
was a
was
scandal.
really good tea. That was really good.
All right. So yeah, Lee, they're not all murders.
Yeah, Lee. I guess they're not all murders.
All right. So this all